You know, it's important that I inform you, dear viewer, that in my journey to reach Northrend, I'm taking time to sniff the flowers and wave at just about everybody I've come across. And it's funny because when people see me, for some reason they just keep stopping and looking at me like I'm sticking out like a sore thumb. But I mean, you know, what can I say? It's not normal for a dwarf to be running around in your forest at level 10 without heirloom gear, and the game's been out for so long. But hey, when the Lunar Festival comes around, you don't miss out on the chance to grab the flight path. And if you happen to find somebody giving a quest to go and kill a spider, you might just pick that quest up and go kill that spider, despite the fact that it's about 1,000,000 miles away. And then, you know, maybe, who knows, in your search for said spider, you might accidentally get a little too close to the edge and fall off for 20 minutes. Because elves and trees.
Elves, mate.
Seriously,
Sabotage,
what is with you elves? Like, I don't get it. However, not being known to cave into elves' subtle sabotage, I made my way back up and slayed the foul beast.
Damn straight.
Unfortunately, my woes would only increase as I noticed that the elves were an order of fanatical pagans who worshipped the moon and venerated the corpses of spiders. Now, despite all the fun I was having with these tree-hugging hippies, it became rather clear to me that it was time to go home. Especially after the boots that they gave me were so dog ugly they made me cry.
Making me way downtown, walking fast, faces passing and homebound.
I must admit, it felt good to come back to my own lands and just smite spiders as the foul beasts that they are without anybody wanting to cleanse their soul because they don't have one. Yes, it was nice to be back in the land where they gave you boots that were decidedly more handsome.
Fantastic!
Boots that would immediately earn me the respect of my peers, and Tomer here decided to join my crusade against all things unholy. But sadly, like all good things, it had to come to an end, and I was faced with the harsh reality that, well, I needed to capitulate and get some add-ons because this was a harsh and unforgiving world where I was mostly on my own. Sadly, when you're mostly on your own, even if you're a badass dwarf with really cool boots, sometimes you still get killed.
You bastard trogs, gang up on me, will you?
And then I did what any sane man would do. I went back and killed them and got better gear, and then I went back again.
I killed them all. They're dead. Every single one of them. And not just the men, but the women. And the children, too. They're like animals, and I slaughtered them like animals.
Now, I can totally understand if some of you think this is where it all goes sideways for this paladin and I lost my mind, but to that I say nay, my friends, nay. This was the day that the burning sense of justice that had first been kindled within me by the Knights of the Silver Hand Order began to grow into a roaring flame. Naturally, this meant that I had to embark on a crusade to disembowel their entire remaining leadership.
Best to stay still, it'll be less painful for you boys. Let's get this over with now. You know it's not fair, but you can blame your cousins for it down by the river. In a van down by the river!
After this period of growth in my life, I decided it was best to reflect on what had just happened with a pint at the local inn. It was only then that I realized how many others were on a similar journey through these lands still. Somehow that made me feel a little less lonely. I took in the sights in my wonderful land, traveled the tram to Stormwind, visited the local Murloc population in the wetlands. I took on a series of odd jobs gathering rats for kebabs. I even saved the dam at Loch Modan. But it was never as fulfilling as my call to eradicate the taint of the Trogs from our land. And if I'm being totally honest with you all, I considered making this video 10 minutes long, but at the end of the day, explaining how I learned the importance of training in swords way too late is just, well, boring. What can I say about the majority of my journey to reach level 20 that hasn't been said by 1,000 other content creators before me? I scaled up my crafting, did class-specific quests, got my mount, made some gold, you know the drill. So, if you should happen to find yourself on the Pagel server, keep a weather eye out for the dwarf with the most bitchin' pair of boots you ever seen. And if you should happen to be a trog, well, you know what they say.
Watch your back.
This video was a lot of fun to make, and I want to continue this series, but it's wholly up to you. This is not a monetary incentive for me. The copyrighted material made sure of that. So, this was a passion project, which is why I'm relying on you guys to like, share, subscribe, and help me to continue to make similar content. God bless, and I look forward to seeing you all in the next video.